Hi, it's Save with Sazzle. So, I'm here. I'm back. Where have I been? Well, the last video I filmed was at the end of March, where we did our total for that month. Now, March was a comfortable month because I'd had my final wage through in February. April wasn't too bad. But things started to get a bit tougher to make the money last, sort of from the end of mid-April maybe. Sorry if I'm wobbling you, I've got a new setup as you can see. Well, it probably doesn't look that new, I've tried to lay it out the same, but I finally moved to the dining table. Anyway, so it's not that I haven't wanted to film, it's more that I haven't had anything to film. And I didn't want to come on here and do what I'm doing now, which is basically just going to talk to you for 5 minutes. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I like hearing how everyone's life is going. I actually enjoy that part of it, especially when I'm sat on my own while my little girl's napping. I can hear everyone's life updates. It makes me feel connected and human because there's a lot of, you know, being a mother, especially a first-time mother to such a little one, your social life is almost next to nothing. But we wouldn't change it for the world. Anyway, I have been productive in these few months that I have been away. I have put away what I can, which hasn't been much, and it has already gone. I'll get to that in a second. But I got creative. And I've made some trackers of my own that have, just as of yesterday, Saturday, the 11th, 12th, I don't even know where we are now, the 12th I think it was, of July, I officially launched my Etsy shop. And I have made one sale. Woohoo! Thank you, you know who. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that so far. I don't know what to say. It's kind of, it's all very surreal. I was so excited about it, and then I kind of was just, I was almost dissociating for the rest of the day. Like, I built it all up and it happened, and I was sort of sat there going, well, what do I do now? It's not like a normal shop where you've got customers coming through the door or whatever. Yeah, you just got to just wait. But anyway, no, I'm pleased with that. I'm fully aware that it'll take time to grow. I'm not in any hurry. It's something that I'm just passionate about. I've wanted to do, and even if I help just one person, then I'm happy. You know, I've printed these out for myself as well. These are not perfect. These are my first printouts, so I'm not printing yet. It is all digital downloads, purely because I don't have the means to print. I have a laminator. My printer is dead. My parents kindly printed these for me. Yeah, so, you know, if in a year or two it is something that has taken off, or at least has some steady sort of income that I can purchase a decent printer, etc., then it might be something I look at doing, is buying them ready-made and sending them out, stuff like that. But that is a long way off yet, and I'm fully aware that it will take time, if at all. But I do it because I love it, which I think is the main thing. And anything else on the way is a bonus. I'm going to move these because I'm scared that they'll get bent or anything. Let's put them at the back of the cash tray just for a minute. So, what else has happened since the last time I filmed? Again, I've been updating on Instagram, so a lot of you that may follow me there already may know these things already. I absolutely rinsed this. Holiday is now fully funded and paid for. I will use this for something else. I haven't crossed that off yet. Car insurance was paid in full and came in under budget, so I was pleased about that as well. I did another table sale for like the one I did back in March for baby clothes, and other baby items, postpartum, etc., whatever. And I made, oh gosh, what did I make? 40 something, 49 I think it was, 46 or 49. And then I was really lucky the next day. I had a message that morning on Facebook and somebody wanted one of the bundles that I'd uploaded absolutely ages ago. So that was an extra £15. And then a couple of bits have gone on Vinted since. I have decided to keep Vinted. It's going to be kept in Vinted, in the wallet, because I won't spend it. Because to me, I know it's not going to gain any interest, and I know that I could spend it if I bought through Vinted, but to me, seeing that figure there, okay, it's only small at the moment, but it makes me, again, because if you buy, it takes it straight from that balance. I don't want to touch it, I don't want to use it. Sorry if I'm wobbling you, I just noticed the camera's wobbling a fair bit. Anyway, so I'm consciously aware of it, but I've decided I'm not going to count it towards anything in particular at the moment. I will see maybe a bit closer to the holiday whether I decide to take some of it out for spending money, but I think I may just let it build up for Christmas. We'll see. I may change my mind 50 times on that before I decide what I finally do. Right. The other things, so again, I said I finally moved out to the dining table. I kept putting it off and putting it off, but I lost my coffee table. I haven't lost it, it's still in the living room, but my husband wanted a different telly. And you know how you get tellies and the stand's in the middle? Well, this one has the stands either side, and it was just too long for the TV stand, so rather than sending it back, which I think he was worrying he was going to have to do, I realised that the coffee table and the TV stand, the same brand, they're the same height, so it's just become an extension to that now. So another kind of reason why I hadn't filmed, I suppose, because I could have come in and done a little update and let you know what was going on. What else? So yeah, I've just been trying to do what I can for side hustling, which hasn't gone terribly, because a big chunk of my part of the holiday was from Vinted. I cashed that out and used it, and yeah, it was over half towards the holiday, so I'm really pleased with that. And that, I feel like, is a weight lifted now, because that's paid for. You just got to worry about spending money, which my husband's been saving for as well. So yeah, I think we'll be alright for the holiday. I'm not worried about it. I don't need new clothes and such. I have just bought a pair of sandals off TV, because I went out on Saturday, just over to the shop, and I put something summery and light on, and I had to wear my purple trainers with it. I love my purple trainers, I do, but they don't go with anything nice, if that makes any sense. So yes, I have bought myself a pair of sandals for the holiday, and obviously for perhaps just walking around the house, or just trip over to the shop if it's a nice day. Yeah. Now, I was going to discuss the debt side of things, but I'm currently, I just is how I feel about it. I've thought about it so much over the weekend that my brain is just fried. So I'm going to leave that update for another day, another video, just because I'm still trying to work things out. It is a good chunk of what little income I do have. It's a good chunk of that goes on debt, so it is something I really do want to focus on tackling. Sorry, I think hay fever is killing me. How has everyone else been bearing in this heat? Because, wow. Do you know, I've got my notes written down, I keep looking at them, and I'm still at a loss for what I want to say. So the job hunt, I am applying to things left, right and centre. I think I've sent 3 off today. all local jobs. I am starting to think I'm going to have to look a little bit further afield, maybe look to the closest city. It's about a 40-minute drive, but that's not taking into account rush hour traffic. The only thing that I think to myself then is obviously I need to budget more for fuel, which is fine, but if I could find something more local, it'd be much more ideal, especially if when Little Bear is at nursery, I can be more local if I'm needed. Even if it's just a case of having to pick her up, bring her home so my husband can have her because he doesn't drive. But then, again, I'm going in a rabbit hole for something else now. It's a bit of a shambles, this one, sorry guys. First one back and I don't even know where I am. So anyway, right, let's I was going to do it in two parts, but I've kind of run out of where I thought I'd be rambling a bit more than what I did, but making more sense. Yeah. Right. Oh, I've had a rejig of my folders. Binders. Oh, and anyone that saw my Instagram post earlier that said about using that Astonish carpet cleaner, this is looking so much better than it was, because where I cleaned it before, it turned into a big smudge. And yes, this little mark is still here, but it doesn't bother me as much as what it did before. It's not as, okay, it is obvious because it's bright pink on a green mat, but I'm happy with how it came out. And I may end up giving it another scrub tomorrow just to see if I can bring it out a bit more. Okay, so when I did the table sale the other week, I obviously had to take some cash out and change out for the sale itself, and then where I do my change, where I do the change on my, where is that one gone? Oh, what have I done with that? There it is. With my Dilly Dally budget tracker, I did that when I was counting up, make my life easier. Obviously some of this has been used, we're doing the £2, and we probably won't be doing the £1 because they're going to be for my challenges. So it'll be the 50p down to the 1p. Annoyingly, I had £4 worth of 10p's. I know I bought them home because I counted them up to make, I did a tally up obviously to see how much I had compared to how much I took. And so I know they're here somewhere, but I will be damned if I can figure out what I've done with them. They will turn up. It's just £4 when you're trying to do these challenges is a lot of money. If it was £4 in coins, yes, I'd still be a bit meh. But in 10p's, that's a lot of work. Anyway, but they will turn up, I'm sure. I will find them. They'll probably turn up after I finish this video. Okay, so what I have done. I've got rid of the binder I was using. Well, I haven't got rid of it. I may end up at some point in the future, if I get a job and I get a better income and more disposable. I say disposable. It'll be zero based, but more money to allocate to it. I would say that. I wouldn't mind maybe doing not the 100 envelope challenge, but some form of putting so much away 100 times and seeing where we get. So I haven't got rid of it, I've just repurposed something else because that was holding my mini challenges. They didn't get a lot of love unless I was too worried to finish, like roll and save or something, because I didn't have enough if I rolled 6, whatever. So what I've done, I have got this little one. I forget where I got it now. It was either, I think it might have been Temu. And I've put in 6 challenges. I haven't said that my plan is to use these to build up for the other challenges because they are mini challenges. But I haven't allocated, obviously Christmas will be Christmas, but I haven't allocated the others to anything yet. I might just start building them up and see how we go and see what needs help. I think Christmas will be my main focus, quite honestly. But yes, I will use those to build up these. And just see where we go from there. So that's my plan for that. I will introduce you to my holiday binder, because before they were all just sitting on top of the 500 binder. I have already put so much into zoo, because we do plan on going to the zoo. Now, some of you might automatically think, well, how come your husband isn't putting in towards it? He is, but in his own way, he's saving for other things like meals out and whatever else. I said I will cover what I can. So my plan is to cover the day out to the zoo, and then he would cover the food we eat while we're there, or take our own lunch or whatever. Ice creams, they're so expensive now. But I will put a little bit of pocket money away for that. I have put a takeaway in, but I would like to contribute a bit more, because it's one of those things that doesn't make me feel guilty. But I may take that out, because I know that's something he will help with. Toiletries, we've got a lot here. I put a post on Instagram a week or so ago now, saying that I'd redecorate the bathroom, just a fresh coat of paint and everything, and just got rid of so much. You had like 3 shampoos out, 4 different body shower gels. So I saw it. I don't know who it was I was watching, but it was this girl that was basically trying to live a minimalist life, and she was making a point of using up all these half-open bottles and being ruthless with things that weren't in date, etc. So the plan for toiletries is not actually toiletries. It's going to be my little first aid kit. Because I'm going with my daughter and 2 stepsons, there will be some form of injuries or whatever. So I want to have a little, plasters, bite cream, well, sun lotions are given, after sun, paracetamol while we're out and about, that kind of thing. I want to have, I've got a little bag for it already, and I just want to have that so I can carry it around with us, and if someone's got a headache or a cut, I can just deal with it there and then, not have to run into Boots and spend a fortune on stuff. So that's actually going to be first aid kit. Holiday clothes, as I said, I don't need any. My daughter doesn't need any. If my husband does, he'll buy them himself. So I don't know what I'm gonna. I would have funded my sandals, but I've already bought them. So I don't know. I at least that's sort of another one I haven't got to worry about filling up, because that would have been £45 I was putting away, when that could essentially fully fund the zoo if I had that already. Anyway, rambling again. So that's my plan, is to focus on this one over the next couple of weeks, because it's only like 35 days until we go. And then once that is done, we go back to the Christmas binder, which will eventually become my personal, because it's my colour. I love greens. I don't know if you can tell. So I think we have £20 saved in here, because we started it in March. Yes, we do. And if I remember rightly, it was meant to be 19, but I didn't have the change, so I just threw in the extra £1. I really would like to start some of these after the holidays gone. I think I have far too many in here, being honest. So I think it was just a case of, I'll just put the Christmas ones to a side and I'll figure it out when I get there. Well, we're here and I haven't figured it out. So that is something I will look at when I get back off holiday, or fully fund this before I go, whichever. So I think I don't want this video to get too long. I'm going to leave it here, and then I'm going to film a separate one, I think, for the actual cash stuffing, just because all I've done is talk at you, and I do apologise, but I was very excited to show you the new challenges. I'll just quickly, if you haven't already turned off because I said I wasn't doing anything, quickly go through them. So my favourite has to be Teddy Bear's Picnic, because it was the first one I made, and the inspiration was Little Bear and her picnic basket toy. that sings at me all day long. Yeah, so you can tell this isn't the best because it's the cheapest laminator. Anyway, I will eventually upgrade them, but they will do for now. And if anything, it's kind of like this is my first thing, so I want to keep it. So, help Teddy gather all 10 items for his picnic, so he can join the rest of the teddies. Enter your own amounts to suit your budget. Keep them all the same or mix them up. So you've got 10 items. You could just call each one £1. You could say 5, 4, 10, 20, whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of these, because it's blank, you can do what you want. And that's why I have done on another one that each item is, but I thought, no, I like the idea that someone can mix it up if they got a bit more that they can put away that week. Because sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I might have £4 to put away. Other times, like today, I've got a bit more to put away. So, yeah, I just thought it makes it a bit more fun, doesn't it? Because you don't know that you think, oh, I need to put £1 in that one. Or save it to the end. Alright, I've got 50p left, I'll put 50p in. Whatever, it'll soon add up. 12 weeks till Christmas, again, is the same. So once a week in the lead up to Christmas, put away what you can and watch it turn into something magical. So very much the same. You put away what you want to put away. You can keep them all the same. You can say, I've got 20 quid left over this week, I'm going to put 20 in, but I've only got £1 next week, so whatever. It'll soon help. And if you start it now, you potentially could get 2 goes of that in before Christmas. And that's the other thing, you can do it as many times as you want. Or do it bi-weekly, whatever. Trick or treat. When I first started doing it, I was going to do it that all of the numbers were the same. All of the icons were the same. But then I thought, it's trick or treat. Let's mix it up a little bit. So the candy, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candies. And you've got 4 monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can set a budget for the candy. Might be £1, might be £5. But if you tick off a monster, which you will, because you want to complete it, you have to save double. So you're either going to be saving £2, £10, or whatever you've set the sweets to. Just double it. Because it's trick or treat. I'm laughing at myself. Tea party, because I love tea. I love tea. And I think there's just something really beautiful and elegant about tea parties. So this is, and each icon is. There are 9 icons. It is completely up to you whether or not you include the table to make it 10. That's your choice. Or keep it as the 9. There are some sugar cubes here. I do realise now I probably could have done with making them a bit more obvious, but I think if you're up close doing it, you can clearly see there's sugar cubes there. Yes. I have printed off 2 more that I will show you at the end of the next video, because I must have about 20 I've made. Some of them I'm not overly happy with, some of them I like but need tweaking, some of them I'm going to do like a bundle because it's seasonal. So yeah, I'm not rushing to do it. Oh my god, they all need to be on Etsy right now, because obviously now I understand the uploading fees and everything, which aren't quite as bad as what I was thinking they would be, but still it's money taken off what you've earned. Yeah, so I'm not in any rush to think, right, everything needs to go on there now. I'm going to do this slowly and just drip feed you them. And, you know, that way when you think, right, okay, well, it's been a couple of months, I've finished these, I want something new. You might come back to me for see what I've made and created, and yeah, it's a no pressure thing, but at least have a look. Okay, I am going to stop it there. And I will return with some challenges and gameplay and explain to you a bit more what I've done, because I don't think I explained it very well. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.